Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new video, and this one, it is technically a process video, but it's a little bit different from what I normally do. And that is because I am working on figuring out just how to do all the inserts for memorabilia that I picked up, and it's predominantly brochures or maps that I want to work in. And I've done a couple already, and then I thought, you know what, I should stop this and film, because for people who maybe haven't used a lot of memorabilia in their albums, maybe it would be helpful. So I want to show you what I did already. This is for St. Louis, by the way. This is the album I have. It's a 6x8. All of these things will be going in there. So this is the brochure from the Chihuly in the Garden exhibit. It actually folds out this way as well. However, I doubt anyone would do that. There's no real need to. But I wanted all of this available and then this info. So I kept it intact. I just use a citrus twist tiny attacher, or not tiny attacher, an attachment piece, and just stuck it on there. And originally I thought I was going to cover the back with something. Now I'm not sure. I might just leave it as is because I really like that their logo is on it and that you can see the rest of the Chihuly piece here. But that one is done and could go in the album. And I have this one from the Basilica of St. Louis, King of France. This also can be fully opened. And again, I wanted all of this info to stay intact, including the back, because it corresponds to what's in here. So I'm not going to cover that. Same thing, just put on an attachment piece. It's good to go. This one here was a little bit different. This actually folded out lengthwise. It was a very odd configuration. I've never seen another art museum map like that. It made it very hard to figure out how to configure it to go into the album. So what I chose to do is I cut off all the bottom sections. I just kept the top one. This actually opened, so you can kind of see there's a little bit of the map in there. And I decided to just glue those pieces together. And this is what I ended up with. So this was the front. It just so happened this is what was on the back. So I could put a little embellishment on it or something, or maybe up here, or I could leave it plain. Again, just put the attachment piece on. It's ready to go in the album. Now, as I was doing those, I felt like I was missing something and I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, I know that I had more memorabilia than that. Then I remembered. I was thinking back to the trip and I realized that, oh yeah, I had to put the other one in a different place because it did not fit a 6x8. It fits the cover, but it doesn't fit in a page. And I hadn't figured out what I was going to do with it exactly yet. So that's what I'm going to work on next. And as you can see, it's definitely too wide. And my dilemma is this. It has this little fold out piece. There's history there. There's information that would be good to keep. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just cut this right by the C here and keep it that way. And that way I'll lose some of this, but who cares? This is no big deal. But it allows me to keep the other stuff. And yeah, I'll lose part of the building, but you still get a good chunk, I think. And this is the visually interesting part. I like how they dropped in these boxes. So I think that's what I'm going to do, but I don't know how wide that is. I will have to measure this piece to see, is it going to fit nicely? Is it a true 4 inches? Is it a weird size? I don't know. Okay, I have really lucked out here. I measured the back flap. It is exactly 4 inches wide. And then I thought, okay, great, but is that going to match up with what's on the front? Look at this. Hopefully you can see right down here it says 4 inches. I'm going to put down the arm of the trimmer here. And look where 4 inches lands us, right after the C. So I can cut that at 4 inches and it'll work. Okay, so I cut this down, but now I have to figure out the next problem, which is when you look at this, it actually opens now this way. I could put it in like this and then it opens like that, but that's kind of weird. This is obviously the front. I'm not sure why they did their brochure like that. I mean, when it's like this, sure, it looks great, but it's just kind of weird. So I have to figure out, do I want to just put the attacher here? And then, you know, the rings will be here and it'll just open this way like that from the rings. I mean, I could do that. And then I realized the part that I cut off, if I want to keep it this way and I don't have like another photo that I can cover this up with in any way, this is the part I cut off. I could trim it down and just make this the inside, leave it alone, put an embellishment on it, do something, but at least then the inside shows something that's visually interesting instead of this. I don't like that nearly as well. So trying to figure out, should I do that? Should I not do that? It's driving me a little crazy. I realized that I have 4x8 pocket cards. I don't know why that didn't dawn on me at first, but I could just take one of these and cover this up. If I decide I don't like this, that's my other option. So I'm going to go through here and just see, like, do I have anything that would match? Do I want something with journaling? Do I want something that just has a phrase on it? I'm not sure. So I'll look through this and see what I find. Okay, I think I found something that might work. I was getting frustrated because I was getting to the end of my stuff through all the regular colors and I was in the multicolor part. And then I found this. This little label here isn't far off from this color. And this gray is neutral. I don't mind this little pop of pink in there. I think I'm going to use that. And then I can journal up here, put a big embellishment or something. I don't know. But I think I am going to cover that up. Not use this after all. And then it'll just sit in there like that. You will be able to see the attachment piece. So I have to figure that out and just kind of be okay with the fact that you'll be able to see the line, but you can see it on all of these too. So you know what? I don't care that much. It's fine. I've been debating, do I put this on this side or do I put it on the back side? And I feel like it'll be sturdier if I do it on this side. Plus then hopefully it will, when this is in the album laying flat, it'll lift it up just a tad, enough so that people will know, like, oh, there's something under there. I'm going to try it. And if it's not enough, eventually, you know, like I could put a little tab on there and it would be fine. I could tuck it, you know, in between these two if I had to. But so I've taken the adhesive off of this one. This is what they look like when the adhesive is still on. If you've never seen them, these are from Citrus Twist. I think some other companies make them, like when Felicity Jane was still making kits, they made them. And there might be somebody else. I think there's another option. But I just buy them from Citrus Twist now because I know that I like them. So it's a little bit too long for the brochure, so I will have to trim it off. Shoot, I was trying to center it so it would fit in the album nicely, but it touched the brochure at the top. So now it's getting stuck on this way. So however it's aligned with those holes, that's just how it's going to be, because I have tried lifting one of these off once and it totally wrecked what I had. So I'm not doing that again. So I'm just going to take these junky scissors and cut off the part that has the adhesive showing. And there we go. I wanted to test this out, so I put it in the album just to see how it lays in there. And it is not perfectly centered top to bottom, but as with many things, it's not enough for me to care. So it's going to stay that way. It's fine. And it lays really flat. So I don't know if I'm going to need a tab, because just looking at this, it doesn't look as if there's anything else there. And you can just flip and maybe you'll notice it when you do that, you know, that there's something else there. So I'm not sure about that. For now, I'm not going to put a tab on there. I'm just going to leave it as is, and then I'll decorate this later. But I'm excited that I got that one figured out. I do want to show you one more thing. I have these tickets from when we went to the botanical garden. We went to the Chihuly. Well, we went to the whole garden during the day, and then we bought tickets for the Chihuly nights, and then they had a package you could do where you got dinner included. And so we did that as well. I saved my tickets, and I'm trying to figure out how to use these. I could just drop them in like a 4x6 insert, leave them like that, you know, find something for the back or whatever. But I could also put them back to back like this, use another attacher, and just put them, you know, put one in between and attach it like that. And then you would just flip this. And I like the idea of it, but these feel so small. They're so narrow compared to everything else. I'm just not sure how that would flip in the book. I don't know. If you have any ideas on how to make that work, should I just do an attacher? Should I get like a 4x6 insert, drop them in there? Other ideas. What should I do with these? Or last option, should I not use them at all? Because I have plenty of other stuff from the Chihuly exhibit. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm very much open to suggestions. But hopefully watching me put together the other stuff was helpful if you want to use more memorabilia in your album. Thanks for watching.